If at the end, if you want to say something to everyone, I'll give you an opportunity. Oh, you can say hello right now if you wish. Sure. But it's not facing that way.
Hi, Lana.
Here, hold on. Hold on.
Only me.
You see her?
No, you
Hi,
can't see.
Lana.
It's not Zoom.
Just watch. We'll touch base after.
Is she watching? I didn't see.
She's on there.
We have, there's two.
She's probably texting me now going, "Where's the idiot?"
Sorry. Where's the cord that goes from here? Everyone has headphones? Yeah. So you put this in out. It gets rid of the wind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, does everyone have a program?
You like the larger?
No.
Okay, I actually grab it. If everyone put their cell phones to silent mode. This is Rabbi Barry Schechter. He will be officiating the service.
You know, there are two seats here. Would you like to sit down? No? Are you going to stand? Okay. We still getting the, is it okay now? Yeah. Mizmole David Adonai Mi Yaakov Yolecha Mi Yishkon Behar Kodshecha Olei Tamim Ofer Tzedek V'dover Emet Bilvavo Lo Ragal Lishono Lo Asal Yehura V'cherpa Lo Nasa Krovo Nivze B'not Nimas V'tirei Adonai Echabei Nishpal Arwa V'lo Yamir Kaspa Lo Natan B'neshech B'sholchad Anaki Lo Lakach Aseile Leimot Leolam. God, who may abide in your house, who may dwell in your holy mountain, those who are upright, who do justly, who speak the truth within their hearts, who do not slander others or wrong them or bring shame upon them, who give their word and come what may, do not retract, who do not exploit others. Those who live in this way shall never be shaken. Dear friends, we're here for a sad and difficult occasion to say goodbye, which is one of the most difficult things we can ever do, but also to pay tribute, to honor the memory, and even if possible, to celebrate the life of Charlene Louis, the daughter of Ira and Rose, who's gone to her eternal rest at the age of 89, and leaves behind a family and friends who really loved her very, very dearly. First, I should mention her late husband, Harvey, to whom we said goodbye in 2008. But we have here Lisa, and her Larry, and Beth, and her Jeff, and the grandchildren, Marley, where's Marley? There you are. Marley and her fiance, Justin, is here as well. And Ilana, I think Ilana is here, right? And her partner Ilan, and Michael. There we are. I should also mention her late sister and brother Lois, and Alan, and Alan's late wife Joni. And we spoke. I spoke to you, and you told me a great deal, and you sent me some wonderful accounts from the family and your feelings now on this loss. You told me how she lived in Rogers Park and went to Senn High School, and then she went to the University of Illinois in Champaign at the age of 16. What happened? She skipped a couple of grades, was that it? Well, I guess you'd have to skip a couple of grades, otherwise. And she studied journalism, She married Harvey in, I think you said 1956. They met. Is anyone so young here they don't remember when there wasn't an internet? I don't know, you're familiar? No, because they met at a Jewish dance, which sounds almost prehistoric now with the internet. But that's how they met. They were married and lived in Chicago and then Skokie. He went to Niles North, and she was someone who, as you said to me, was way ahead of her time. She wrote, she didn't just write, she was part of the Skokie life. You would hear the typewriter going all night. I think you said she was a night person, so you'd hear the thing clanging, and was there a bell on it as well? And, yeah. Do I have to explain what a typewriter is? I'm not sure. You know, they used to have these very strange things even before writing was invented. Anyway, and she would type up these things all night, and then I think in the morning Harvey would take it, deliver it to the Skokie Life, and she worked there for years, for 14 years. She had a weekly column, a picture, and she loved it. She absolutely loved it. It was not just her job, you know, there's people who have jobs, you know, 9 to 5, whatever it is. This was her life. Because it wasn't just the Skokie Life, it was Skokie. She played an active role in the community. She campaigned for improvements. I remember you told me that one of the first projects was some senior homes, right, that she wanted to have open. And if there were something dangerous because there was an absence of stoplights, then she was there as well. And she knew all the mayors, the aldermen. You sent me pictures of that. She was totally involved in the community. She loved politics. She was in the League of Women Voters. As you explained to me when you were growing up, you know, other mums, they were home all the time. And she was part of the active community, and she was one of these people that we actually need. We don't have enough of. We need people who are involved in the community. We don't have enough, because you know why? We're living in a time when we're all told that you have to do your own thing and just be involved and don't. She was the opposite. She was the kind of person that we need more of. And she was. She gave you all wonderful love and kindness. You could speak to her. She was good to all of you. Michael, of course, I know you, but everyone here. She would always ask, even later on, when whatever state she was in, how is Michael doing? How are the girls? That's what she wanted to know all the time. She went to village hall meetings. As you said, you told me this is a badge of honor. She didn't play mahjong. I don't usually say what people didn't do, but she didn't play mahjong. Because we all have a picture of who plays mahjong. Quite naturally and understandably, the politics of the last few years appalled her. That's as it should be. Very appropriate. And she was a person to whom ethics and morality, like in the psalm I just read, that's the 15th psalm, about the way we should behave, the way everyone should behave. And she had this feeling about what is right for an individual to do, what is right in a society, that everyone should be, there should be equality. You shouldn't have those who are extremely powerful and others who have no voice at all. And the children are precious to you. I said she reported, but she also wrote, and this had a special appeal, she wrote about her daily life, about the ups and downs of her daily life, and people loved those columns. You told me that there were a few trips, not that many. You went to Wisconsin. I think there was a wonderful trip for her especially, on the train to Williamsburg, because she loved history. I'm talking about the Williamsburg in Virginia, not Williamsburg in New York. That's a very different matter. She loved history. She wanted to see things. She wanted to see where things had happened. You know, we're living in a time now where, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a press secretary in the White House not so long ago who had never heard of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now this is a press secretary in the White House. This is what it has come to about history. But she was the opposite. She wanted to know. She wanted to know the history of our country, the history of everything. She was very, very close to her, to Lois and to Alan, and they passed relatively early, which meant that she was the caregiver, not just for her mother, not just for Rose, but also for her aunt. What was her aunt's name? Was it Lillian? And also, of course, for Harvey. Now, her thirst for knowledge, we talked about this, her thirst for knowledge, you know, people who go to college often skip classes. She is the opposite. At age 80, she was still looking for classes to take. She took classes right at National Louis University. She even went not just to study history, she took a creative writing class and she wrote wonderful, funny stories that are really delightful. And you told me that sometimes when she was writing, she could vary her style. So sometimes she would go into sort of Irma Bombeck mode. She had her own voice. And I know how close she was, as I said to all of you, to Ilana, especially. Ilana, you're not here now, but you were utterly close to her, as so many of you were. Now you sent me several of the families' writings on this. This is from who is this from actually? One second. Oh, this is Lisa. I think this is from you, is it? Yeah, Lisa. I'm not sure what I'll do each day now is my family. That's yours, yeah. Can I read this? They're ready. You all read it? But you haven't heard it in a British accent. Come on. I'm not sure what I will do each day now, as my family and friends know visiting Mum was how I planned today. I want to say thank you to Larry, who is made by being a very hard-working, warm-hearted and kind man, the opportunity for my mum to be so close and comfortable near me. Life will never be the same without my mum, but I will see her signs all the time, and she will be there watching all of us, only wanting happiness and love. My mum felt her family was grown and would continue to do so, but it was time to watch from afar. It's very lovely.
I think the word is mom, not mom.
How am I supposed to say it? Did I say it wrong?
I'm making it, it's okay. Because you said your British accent and you kept saying mom.
Oh, mum, yes. In England it's spelled M-U-M, by the way. Yes. But you would pronounce that differently as well. So never mind. Yes. Yeah. Now this is from Lisa. May I, Lisa? Sorry? Oh, did I? Oh, you're Lisa. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the last paragraph. Shall I read the rest as well or not? No, I don't have to. Okay. No, this is from PPA. So what else? But I have others here as well. I beg your pardon. But this is important. I'll just take from this. I won't read it. This is important. Because you talk about the grandchildren, about Marley and Lana and Michael. And you have this nice phrase here. Marley, Lana and Michael were what made my mum wake up every day. They called their nana a lot and saw as much as possible. She taught you, the grandchildren, how to love unequivocally, care endlessly, and recognize that when it's time to go to heaven, it's okay. And she felt that you were all right. She felt that things were okay and that she could say goodbye. Things were in order because she wanted to stay as long as possible to make sure that everything was all right. So Marley, yeah, sorry. Can I read what you wrote, Marley? Yeah, okay. My Nana was my favourite person. When Lana and I were little, she would pull the bed sheets over our head and tell us stories about when she was little, covered wagon style. She lived in the West, did she? How her father Ira owned a grocery store and how her brother loved art, just like me. She was bright and went to college at 16, later becoming a journalist. Nana always loved us unconditionally and was proud of us no matter what we did. She asked questions and said at the end of every call, remember, your Nana loves you. I promised her she'd be a bridesmaid at my wedding one day. Nanas like this are hard to come by. I'm so lucky to be blessed with my Nana, Charlene Louis. I hold her love in the biggest piece of my heart forever and always, which is very lovely. But what I've read really expresses what all of you have felt, those of you who are here and those of you who are watching us streaming, that you have someone who is not just talented, obviously, and not just bright, no question, but someone who really extended her love. You know, there's some very practiced and experienced and successful professionals, men and women, but they're not that involved with their families. But here you have someone who's both. She was both. She was there for you. She was there. The home was there for you. She made you a home. But she was there with her heart for you. And that's unusual, actually, to have someone professionally so involved with the community, with everything. And here she was for you. So you were blessed. You really were blessed to have her. And when you talk about her, continuing to watch over, that's a very nice idea. But there's another idea that's associated with that, which is this. We have to learn from the people we love, when they're with us and also when they're gone from us. When we have after we eat a meal, we have to say a blessing, a bracha, or a succession of blessings called the birkat hamazon, the benching, the grace after meals. And if our parents are present, we actually bless them. We say, I'll say what it is for a mother, Harachaman, may God, hu yivarech, may He bless. Of Imi Morati. Imi Morati. You know what Imi means? Imi is my mother. But we don't just say my mother, we say my mother, my teacher. Because that's what a parent should be. And that's what she was. Not just by instruction, not just by telling you, do this, don't do this, but by example. You should, I'm sure you say, this is the person that I want to be. So she's at peace now. To have her, and after I say the Hinish Mata, Surah, Surah Chayim, may her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. And to her I say, Charlie, Khadiba Shalom, go in peace. Papa left in Gan Eden, may you are totally in paradise. You will never be forgotten. You will always be remembered. Love by those who knew you and loved you, those who knew you and loved. Let's read together the 23rd Psalm. We'll begin together. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Could I ask you to stand, please, if you can? It's difficult to stand and say something if you can.
I have the ribbon.
So, Molly's going to place ribbons on those who are, in Jewish law, the mourners, that's the children. Charlene Louis, שאנחנו נודרים להצטקע על הזכרת נשמתה בגן עדן תהי מלוכתה רחי לבד הרחמים יסתיריה בצדק רב לעולמים ויצרו ויצרפה את נשמתה אדוני ונחלתה ותנוח בשלום המשכבה ונאמר Amen. God, Son, Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and pure who shine as the brightness of the firmament unto the soul of Charlene Louis, the daughter of Ira and Rose, who has led eternity and in whose memory we offer charity. May her repose be in paradise. God of mercy, let her find refuge in your eternal presence, and let her soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is her inheritance. May she rest in peace, and let us say Amen.
Amen.
And now we will conclude the prayer part of the service with the mourner's Kaddish, which you have at the back there. Anyone can join if you wish, and if not, you can respond. One of the responses is very simple. Some of you may know it. When we say V'imru, when I say V'imru, you say Amen. When I say V'imru, you say Amen. This happens several times. So let's begin. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabah v'alma divra hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael v'agalau bizman kariv v'imru everyone. Amen. Yehei shemei rabah v'varach v'alam v'lamel mayam yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shemei dekutsha v'yichu le'elah min kol birchata v'firata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru everyone. Amen. Yehei shlama rabah min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru once again. Amen. Say shalom bimromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. He's talking about shalom in that last line. What is shalom? Peace. Peace. So, what does it mean? Oh, say shalom bimromav. He makes shalom. He makes peace above. V'yaseh shalom aleinu. May he make peace. Shalom here between us, among us. We need that. But also, may we have peace, shalom, within us. You've had a loss, and some of you, all of you, are very affected by this. lower the casket. I'm going to sprinkle this on first. This is Israeli earth. You know, Jewish people traditionally want to be buried in Israel, which obviously is not always possible. So this earth comes from Israel, from the Mount of Olives. I'm going to sprinkle.
Carol. Thank you. One. 100%. Pretty. It is. Well, this one, I think he said they have to make an adjustment. I can kind of see it's kind of down a little bit, it's up a little. But I don't. They had to put this black trim around it.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I wasn't arguing. I don't know how to be painted.
Yeah, that's all done, Lana's. It's gone.
Oh no, that man. It's live. There are people watching.
They are? They
Yeah.
they just can't, you just, okay. I see.
Would you like to say something?
Yes, I would.
So I will. If you want to go stand in front, I'll pull this out and
Okay.
then
All right.
go ahead.
Hi, Lana. Hi, Elon. Love you both. Thinking of you, missing you, sending you kisses. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Freaky.
it's a little weird. Yeah. Just be buried together. They were together in life? Together. Yeah.
All right. Oh, there's the lifting back. I'll do it.
Wherever you are is better than here.
I didn't mean to rush you. I apologize.
Doubling up for that.
Lisa, you got no flowers on that? Before you do that, can you just say goodbye to everyone?
See if you have.
I wanna get more programs.
I have it for you, but just if you want to.
Everybody, thank
Wait,
you.
wait,
Oh, Mike.
Sorry.
Thank you for coming. I love video, Zoom, and may my mother rest in peace. She's happy now, and I don't know what else to say. That's good. I'm done.